Okay, so here's another tip. Long distance relationships, do they work or don't they? It depends on the people. So know whether or not it works for you, because if it doesn't work for you, it's not gonna work. When you're looking for somebody, don't have your sights out to like 100 miles and know that you have no intention in ever going to see that person. They may look really fine, but if it's not gonna work, like you're not moving there and they're not moving here. So long distance relationships for me is a no-go. Just no, not at all. Because there's too many ifs. But I don't know. Oh no, I'm not even gonna play the game. Let me know if you move here, and if I'm still single, I would love to go out with you. Also, when you meet somebody and you just say, hey, let's just get together for ice cream or coffee, it usually works pretty well. So those things are really good and they're really cheap. So you can just go do that. It doesn't take long to down a cup of coffee or to eat an ice cream cone and say, all right, it's been a lot of fun. See you, bye-bye. If you're really thinking that you liked the person and it's the second date, you could say, hey, I would really like to get together again and meet somewhere else in public. It really needs to be somewhere where you can talk. No movies, because you can't talk during that. Loud places, that's not good either, because how are you gonna know the person if you can't hear them? A great place is to meet at a very public park. Like a botanical garden is a wonderful place because you can walk around, you're in a public setting, and you can talk to each other as you walk around, and there's all sorts of things to point out that you see. Like, oh, isn't that pretty? Or, oh, look at that. Is that a duck? No, it's not a duck. It's a dove. Oh, okay. I don't know. That person may not be very smart. Maybe a place that's really overlooked is a library. I know, sounds super nerdy, right? But you could sit, a lot of these libraries now, they're like a bookstore. They have like a lounge. A lot of apartment complexes have like a little social area, but I don't advise bringing somebody back even to your apartment area, because then they know where you live and they may not be a good match. I think that's dangerous. And it's also just not good, because what if they are like somewhat odd and then they start showing up at your apartment? No. Here's something. I thought this was kind of cute. So there was this one man that my daughter met, and he actually brought Uno with him for the second date. You know, the icebreaker is playing Uno, because you're doing something and you're thinking, and you're not necessarily thinking what you're saying, you're just saying things, which that's really good. They just played Uno and drank coffee. It was at a coffee shop. You may not like the whole library thing, but hey, if you both are kind of nerdy like that and you like the super quiet, why not? And then if it's like, hey, have you read such and such book? And it's like, no, I didn't even know that they had a new book out. And it's like, yeah. And you guys can go, you know, fumble around in the books and find the book and be like, look at this. Who knows? So there's a million places that you can go that's very public, that doesn't give away anything about you, such as where you live. It keeps you safe. It's in the public, but you don't have to be like right in the middle of all the events going on of people, like the hustle and bustle and stuff like that. And then also remember, you can always, if it's warm enough, don't sit inside for Pete's sake. Sit outside. Unless of course you're in Texas, then it's like 100 degrees or it's freezing cold, such as like today. Even though I'm sure if you're like at a coffee shop, it's in the middle of the city. But still, sitting outside, you can at least look at those, you know, those ugly birds that always are around, like out to eat places. And not sparrows, but no, these like, in Texas anyway, there's like these ugly birds. They're always at the grocery store and every place that I've ever been that has an outdoor seating, and they like steal French fries from you. Okay, they're really quite ugly. They have like these yellow beady eyes, and it's almost like they're like glowing or something. I don't like them. I don't know what they're called. I call them trash crows. I know that's not what they're called, but they're always in trash, and they're ugly. find them everywhere except my house because I don't allow trash crows. I don't like them. So I told you that you need fun things to do while you're going on your second date. Second date tip. You'll love it. I'm gonna do the whole series on dating until my daughter finds her Mr. Right. I'm gonna keep going because there's always something. I've gotta tell my subscribers this. Oh, don't make the same mistake because some of these people, no, absolutely not. No. So, all right. So like, comment, and subscribe.